After a short week-long break, we return to racing here in the FireFox Cup Series for the 12th race of the season here, the FireFox 600 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. 2 weeks ago, we saw, wherever he is, the 25 of Bailey Pendergast found him. We saw the 25 of We saw the 25 of Bailey Pendergast make his first trip to victory lane this season. And he's got filter time on the car this week. Up front, Diego Vasquez. He starts third in only his second start. Previously started at Road America earlier this season. We'll see if he can make anything of it tonight, starting in that third place position in the 08 Body Armor Kobe Bryant car, the Mamba Forever flavor is, I believe, what it is. And his teammate Matt Tuck, he sits 9th in points after being given Theo Splitzer's points. Just outside the top 10, we'll see what he can do. Starting on the high side, that's going to be a disadvantage. But fan favorite right there. We'll see if he can maybe get something done. And the guy next to him, Logan Williams, he won at Dover, won at Road America earlier this season. He's the only driver with multiple wins. Can he potentially get win number 3 and do it at the longest race of the season? The Charlotte Motor Speedway for the FireFox 600 in that Blue Angels tribute, as this is the patriotic race. It was meant to be last week, couldn't record the race, however, so we're doing it this week, a week after. Yesterday we saw Alejandro Cruz Jr., who will start in the Daytona 500 next season for Monkey Racing in the 20 car. I believe his sponsor will be Flowmaster, but he will make his first career Cup Series start next season in the 500. 500 this season was won by Corey Gaines, a part-time driver. By part-time, I mean he literally only ran the 500. So next week in the All-Star race, this week's winner will, if they haven't already won, will be locked into that, as well as Corey Gaines. As well as the fan vote winner. Current leader for that is the 2 of Nelson Reeves, running another very patriotic paint scheme. What's more patriotic than the flags, an eagle, bush light, and fireworks? There's nothing more patriotic than that, so he probably wins the patriotic scheme contest. Now let's go over your starting lineup. On the pole, Bronson Minnick in one of the 3 Team Day Spring cars running podium-themed paint schemes. And then Ethan Farley, Diego Vasquez and Landon Smith Jr., Miles Edgeworth and Justin James, your Clash winner. Then we get points leader Michael Sema and Nelson Reeves. And then we move on to John McFadden and Gavin Beers, Derek Hamill and Joshua Henderson. Then Logan Williams and Matt Tuck. Louise Incala, Lucas Holmes, Bailey Pendergast, and Caleb Rose. Ryan Coggs and Ryan Benjamin, the Ryans lock out that row. Then Nicholas Jewett and Luca Iger, Roberto Crown Jr. and Arthur Xavier, Brendan Issip and Roy Ribbleton, Trey Smith and Owen Miles, who sits second in points, then Ash Jacobson, Nathan Smith, Brady Ujest, Joshua Henderson, Vale Musco, Ember Burnley, Mitchell Collins, and rounding the field, Anthony Elliott and Keith Martin. I probably did those a bit too early in the broadcast. I don't know, I'm using a different recording software because the other one wouldn't work, and it doesn't show me the timing on the screen. So I have no clue how long we have until the command. I don't even know if you guys will hear the command because it didn't bring any desktop audio up when I was looking at the dashboard. I'm using OBS for the first time, so broadcast, one of the biggest races on with a brand new broadcast, and it'll also allow me to do commentated races. And there's the command. Don't know if you guys heard it, but OBS will now allow me to do co-commentated races without having issues like we had in the Christmas Eve 500 last season with Fisher G helping commentate that. But the cars are rolling off. Bronson Minnick basically had Road America in the bag until his engine decided to blow up, to say the least. With I want to say probably about a mile left on the track. He got about a 3-second lead over eventual race winner, Logan Williams. And now Williams is looking for that 3rd career win and 3rd win this season. And Williams is only 19th in points. 3 out of the top 5 drivers don't have a win yet. So, in this series, wins don't mean as much as consistency does. Obviously you want to win, get the most points, but you want to be consistent. Now, for the 60 laps here, Bronson Minnick and Ethan Farley through the tri-oval. Green flag is out at the FireFox 600. And Bronson Minnick out to the lead early here. But Diego Vasquez by for 2nd. We'll see if he can run him down. So the inside lane is a massive advantage over the high side. Oh, someone's in the wall. Oh, Joshua Henderson. That's a very characteristic moment for him. Getting in the wall. They're 4 wide back here. And they're making it work somehow. That's going to be a quote that ages poorly later in this race. But up front, Bronson Minnick leads lap 2. Ethan Farley trying to get by Diego Vasquez to get back to that 2nd place position. Oh, and Vale Musk goes on to pit road. Did he even start the race? No, he did not. Well, that's unfortunate. Nathan Smith has dropped to the last place position. In the Tony Kanaan reminiscent scheme. But top 5, only one guy... Oh, yeah, only one guy in the top 5 has a win. That's one of Bronson Minnick's trigger words as he gets up the track, and that's not going to help him. And Ethan Farley to the race lead. Diego Vasquez sticking with him. Can Bronson Minnick maybe a side draft the 08 and try and get by? Ooh, Michael Sema, your points leader, getting up the track a bit, allowing Miles Edgeworth to get to his inside. As the Phoenix is Wrong Motorsports cars, the 79, the 12, and the 59, running their Daytona paint schemes. And they were originally meant to be one-offs, however, they decided to bring them back for this race. Top 3 single file right now. Let's check here. Fastest laps held by John McFadden right now. Bronson Minnick isn't even in the top 10. He's 13th. Let's get back to the scoring. Diego Vasquez has Bronson Minnick right on his rear bumper. And that's going to give him a little bit of a push, try and catch Ethan Farley. And Minnick goes to the inside, trying to get by Vasquez. The top 3 all have zeros in their number somewhere. So, I don't know why I said that. That's just something I noted. It didn't need to be said out loud, but I did anyway. Deal with it. And them getting side by side allowed Farley out to a lead. And I saw this. Oh, we've got a wreck. Roy Ribbleton. Oh, no caution. Oh, there's a few cars torn up. Don't know what happened there. And Ethan Farley's out to a bigger lead than he had last lap, I think. And Justin James hasn't really been much of a fighter this season. Only 24th in points. Your Clash winner looking for something. Can he find it at Charlotte? That 7-Eleven Patriotic paint scheme. The 69 car has not had as nice of a season as you would expect, to say the least. Is Bronson Minute going by 4th second. This is not helping them catch Ethan Farley at all. But it's helping Justin James close in on them. And if you're Justin James, you'll love to see it. He's going 3 wide now, trying to get by 4th second. James has a pretty fast car, 5th right now in the fastest lap standings. And he is by 4 second without even like a fight. Sounds like someone got into the wall. And there's Ryan Cogg's another driver who's notorious for crashes. He's having a pretty good run just outside the top 5. And Logan Williams, the driver looking for 3 wins this season already, is in 9th. He's 11th in the fastest lap standings, so not too shabby. Oh, we're under caution. Truly don't know where it is. That might be a delayed caution. I have no clue what this caution is for. But it's gonna allow Rolton to close up. So if you're Ethan Farley, you did not want to see that caution, as it allows Justin James, who's probably going to catch him anyway, in my honest opinion. Yeah, it was very close. But that's going to allow Justin James to have an even better shot to get by him on the restart. And hopefully we don't see stupidity and have a massive crash on this restart. But no idea what that caution was for. Brady Jess is pitting, so might have something to do with him. Brennan Issip, Arthur Xavier, John McFadden. Oh no, he is having a good run too, I think. I don't know where he was running, because the standings updated, but he had the fastest lap. Oh, that's a shame. They get it buffed out though. As Vail Musco, I guess, has failed to start the race, so he's kind of screwed. But that's just his luck. 29th in points, so not had a stellar season for the 18 team. It's Roy Rolton, probably the car with the most damage, leaving the pits. I don't know what brought out that caution. Still have no clue. But if we don't do green if we don't get the 1 to go signal this time, I will skip forward a bit in the race. So, yeah. Alright, this is like the 5th time I've attempted recording the race, so I'm kind of out of it right now. I'm kind of just done with it. But we did not get the 1 to go signal. I will see you guys in less than a second. Bye. Well, the 1 to go signal has been given, so we will be going green this time. Let's go over your top 5 real quick. Ethan Farley, Justin James, Bronson Minnick, Diego Vasquez, and rounding out the top 5, Michael Sema. Not really sure what else to do, but Logan Williams, the guy looking for his 3rd win. That's probably about the story of the race. Only thing I'm going to be able to have to say. But the guy looking for 3 wins. So, already 9th right now. He's had a pretty fast car. Like I said, 11th and fastest lap standing. So, we'll see if he can maybe work his way forward on this restart. It's going to be his best opportunity of the night currently. And Ryan Cogg's another driver who's having a good run, 22nd in points, just behind defending winner Bailey Pendergast. And he's having a good night running 6th. And now, pace car is going to take the hard left-hand turn onto pit road. As Ethan Farley and Justin James leading him back to the green flag here. Oh, rolling through the tri-oval. And green flag is back out, and we are racing again, once again, in the FireFox 600. Justin James, tremendous restart. He's going to the inside already. A gutsy move here. And will it pay off? He's got the speed. And he's clear, but Farley's still there. Bronson Minnick and Michael Sema, now they've also got shots coming at him. And Justin James clears him into turn 3. Farley way up the track. He's going to lose the lead and possibly second to Bronson Minnick and Michael Sema. And Justin James loving seeing these guys go 3 wide. It means he can go away. And Diego Vasquez stuck on the high side. Gets a run around the 79, the 12 though, so good for him. And Bailey Pendergast, he has worked his way up to nearly the top 10. Oh, now he's going 3 wide with Logan Williams and Ryan Cogs. Ooh, this is getting dicey. And where did Ember Burnley come from? Former championship favorite, fallen to bottom half top 10 in the points. Is now back up here racing with these guys. And out front, Justin James has gotten out to a tremendous lead. Ethan Farley is now no longer side by side, so he can start working his way forward. And Diego Vasquez still in a battle for 3rd right now. The only one separating. No, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but he's about the buffer zone for these other 2. And Farley is catching, so Justin James isn't out of the blue yet. You can see the back end of James' car as Farley rolls through 3 and 4. So I'd say by at least lap 21, they're going to be within a battling distance. As Vasquez clear for 3rd, can he try and run them down now? Farley seems to gain a lot through the corners, but it doesn't get much otherwise. Someone's in the wall. Oh, they're wrecking! Gavin Beers, I think that is around. Oh, someone else involved. Barely scraping by Roy Ribbleton. Through the grass he goes. We're probably under caution. As yes, we are. Gavin Beers spins on a lap 19, bringing out the caution. Not what you want to see if you're literally anybody else. So let's see what happened. Running top 4, running 5th. 2, that's a shame. So here they go, 3 wide into the corner. Oh, just slides up the track. And takes Minnick up into the wall. Minnick bounces off, comes down, and hooks Beers. Sema involved. And looks like there was something with a UGS and Crown too, because they weren't that damaged before. I'll go back and see if anything happened with them. Okay, yeah. So here comes UGS, slides up the track. Nope. Crown got hooked down and they hit the wall. Don't think that was what brought out the caution. Oh, it was not. Then we go back to find Beers and company. And just into the wall, around he goes. Sema barely involved. And great job by everyone else not hitting him. Oh, you know, you just got a piece of him. Roy Ribbleton comes by. And great wreck avoidance by him. He's severely off the pace, though. So, we go back to the front. And let's go back to live. Justin James, your race leader, on lap 21. We will see what will happen when we go back green, and hopefully the next few laps. Just 1 to go signal is not given, and I will see you guys shortly. 1 to go signal has been given. Justin James is your race leader, followed by Ethan Farley, Diego Vasquez, Ryan Cogs, and Miles Edgeworth, whose teammate wrecked. Brought up the last caution. We're going back green this time. Justin James got out to a tremendous lead, had a great run going on that restart. Farley, I think, was catching him, though. Fortunately, we didn't get to see that play out as Gavin Beers went around after Minnick bounced off the wall. And pace car is now on to pit road, as Justin James leading him back to green once again, as we are back racing here in the FireFox 600. And top 4 breakaway right now. And Miles Edgeworth kind of all alone. Ethan Farley, is he going to stick his nose up the inside? No, he stays behind for now. And that's going to cost him. Here comes Diego Vasquez up the inside trying to get to second. But here comes Ryan Cogs as well. And they're going to be 3 wide off of 4. Vasquez for second right now is Cogs backed off. But Farley sticking on the outside of the 08. And now he's going to drop back. This gives Vasquez quite a bit of room to work with right now to try and catch his Toyota teammate of Justin James. Oh, James is so much faster. He's just so much faster. And also, Joshua Henderson has retired due to a camshaft issue. Justin James is on another playing field right now. Like, these guys cannot catch him even when they're working together. And we'll give Vasquez credit, though. He's a lot closer than Farley was, so that's about to change as Cogs tries to go up the inside. It's like these guys don't want to catch him. Oh, and Vasquez very, very slow on the high side. It does not work as Cogs goes to second. And Vasquez is still sticking with him. As now Farley's going to force him up at the track. The outside lane only really works in turns 1 and 2. Oh, and we're under caution, aren't we? Yes, we are. Something to do with Landon Smith Jr., I assume, as he is very far back. Maybe a single car spin. Yeah. So here he comes, slides up the track a bit. He's running just inside the top 10 too. Oh, and just contact. Great job keeping off the wall. Oh, never mind. He hit the inside wall. Just contact with Benjamin sends him down the track. And just barely touches the inside wall. Single car spin. Almost no damage on it. So that's unfortunate for him. Was running just about the top 10 too. So sucks to see his day ruined. Let's go back and watch that again. You see here, slows up Benjamin. It looks like, I don't know what really happens here. Just like a racing incident. And, you know, that just especially sucks if you're him, because, like, you think you got it, but you don't, and then you see the wall, and then you feel the wall. So, Landon Smith Jr. essentially out of contention, unless, of course, we get a massive wreck. We're under caution once again. 3rd caution this race. It's probably going to be about as long as an 80-lap race without any cautions. Yeah, so if we get the one to go signal this time, I will not skip forward at all. We are not going to cut or whatever. But if we don't, well, we're cutting. Well, we'll see if anybody here can maybe get something going on the restart to get by Justin James. As since he's gotten the lead, he has not had any challengers. What they're going to need to do is they're going to need to force him wide on a restart, and we did not get the one to go signal. So just about halfway through this race, and I'll come back in a few. Welcome back. We are now halfway through this race. One to go here. Justin James, Ryan Cogs, Diego Vasquez, Ethan Farley, and Miles Edgeworth, your top 5. I don't think it's changed since the last restart. And someone else to maybe watch out for, Keith Martin is 7th. He has not won this season. The only Logan Sport car without a win. So we'll see if maybe he can finally get a win. As actually all 3 Logan Sport cars are in the top 10. Ember Burnley, Logan Williams, and Keith Martin, only separated by Derek Hamill. But I've already gone over the top 5. 7-Eleven Akflak. Body armor, can't quite tell what that is, but it's a tribute scheme to Ethan Farley's brother, and Sparks Motors. Those are the sponsors of the top 5. And Nelson Reeves, your current fan vote leader, runs 6th. Maybe he can somehow get a win, maybe catch Justin James, and pass him and validate all his fan votes. Pace car now onto pit road. Justin James, for the 3rd time today, I think, leading him back to green here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And Ryan Cogs isn't going to jump to the inside. That's going to hurt his chances of getting by the 69. Maybe it won't. Yes, it will. Oh, it's a bit too close right now. He's got to jump to his inside down this backstretch through 3 and 4. And he's going to do that. Here comes Vasquez to make it 3 wide, and that's going to kill their momentum. James way up the track, though. Oh, they had a shot, but Vasquez ruined it. This man has not done well in the Truck Series, but he's doing phenomenal in the Cup Series. And he's got a win at Kansas in the Truck Series, but other than that, he's been pretty not noticeable. As here comes Farley up the inside of Vasquez. He wants to get back and try and hunt down Justin James. As they're side by side, and Justin James loving it. He's already got the dominant car. And it's helped by these imbeciles going 3 wide and slowing each other up. As the top side only works in 1 and 2. And Vasquez is now by for 2nd. Can he run them down? By them, I mean Justin James. And Ember Burnley. She's been a no-show for most of the season since Kansas, actually. Now she's suddenly come alive here at the 600. And Vasquez is close now. He looks to have some speed in that Mamba Forever body armor paint scheme. Can he close in on Justin James? And Ember Burnley is by for 3rd. Geez, she is coming on strong here. 6th fastest on the laps. And oh my god, she's just rocketed up to Diego Vasquez. I think she could be looking at a potential 2nd win here. If she's able to pull her cards correctly. She rocketed up to Vasquez there. Oh, we're under caution again, aren't we? Yep. Oh, it's Louis Zancala this time. Probably Ash Jacobson as well. Let's see what happened. This turned into a caution fest. Alright, so... Oh, Ash Jacobson's just there. Zancala spins him in contact with... Trey Smith up the track. Oh my god, 2 of the... Oh! Landon Smith Jr., if his night couldn't get any worse, it just did. Two of the Phoenix's Wrong Motorsports cars, I believe also 2 Team Dayspring cars involved as well. My god, these 2 teams can't catch a break. And Bronson Minnick was the pole sitter. Now he's back here involved in a wreck, so Zankala. Ash Jacobson went around too. Jacobson's just there. Zankala moves up. Around goes Jacobson. Bounces off. All 3 Team Dayspring cars were involved. So he bounces off Trey Smith. Slides. And looks like he's got saved up the track. Contact with teammate Gavin Beers. And up he goes into Bronson Minnick. Running Issip Landon Smith Jr. Unfortunate for that 44. You would think their night couldn't get any worse, but it keeps getting worse. Now let's go rewatch that once again. But like Zankala just comes and Jacobson's there, sends him around, bounces off Trey Smith, slides up the track right into Gavin Beers, then into Minnick, Issip, and Smith Jr. just piles in. So the 2 brothers actually, Landon Smith Jr. and Trey Smith, involved in a crash. And it's probably the end of the night for yep, definitely the end of the night for Landon Smith Jr. So let's go back to live feed and we'll see, yep. And, okay, well, we're back to cameras. So, wanted to go to the signal is not being given by the pace car. I will skip forward and see you shortly. Very shortly. And it was very shortly indeed. We're back here, and 3 cars are now retired. Joshua Henderson, Landon Smith Jr., and Gavin Beers. Beers looked like a potential threat to win early in this race, but we know how that turns out now. He's all of it. And Ember Burnley, probably the biggest story right now, has come up and is now a threat for the race win. Potentially, if she is just randomly come on extremely strong. And Logan Williams has now fallen out of the top 10. Didn't see that. And where is Matt Tuck? He's one of the favorites. He's 16th. About where he started, so he hasn't lost many positions. Nathan Smith, who started towards the back, is up in 20th. But now, let's go over your top 5. Justin James, Diego Vasquez, Ember Burnley, Ethan Farley, and rounding out the top 5, Ryan Cogs. Now, what will happen on this restart? Consistently, they've let Justin James get away. But Ember Burnley is up here, and she's very, very fast. So could we see her maybe get up to the lead on this restart? Pace cars onto pit road. Well, she's going to have to get by Vasquez first. And now Justin James once again leads him back to green here at Charlotte. And a tremendous restart by him. And here comes Burnley doing what I said, had to get by Vasquez as early as possible. Going by on the inside. Blazing fast 17 Buick Regal there. Closing on James. And closing very, very quickly. Drops off in the corner. That's not good. But, oh, there goes James up high. This could set her up on the front stretch, maybe. Saw cars bang in the back there. Oh, she's very, very close. It's going to be on the back stretch, maybe, if Cogs doesn't get to her inside. He's got to back off a bit and let Burnley get up there, as she's got the run to the inside. Could we see the first pass since Justin James got it? Yes! Ooh, not quite. James is fighting back on the high side. Oh, but it's not going to... Oh, maybe it will. They're still side by side. This is getting tense. Ember Burnley now leads her first lap of the night. And she's clear for the race lead. Justin James maybe just seeing his victory slide through his fingers. And Ryan Cogg's now dropping to the back a bit. And he served his purpose, which was helping Burnley get up here. And Arthur Xavier now driving with a vengeance since his teammate got taken out. The owner of Rock Car Racing in the 09, he's trying to get by Ryan Cogg's, another driver coming on strong late in this race. Breezing by Cogs in the 51. Now he's got a run on Justin James. Oh, this could be a two-way battle between Burnley and Xavier if he's able to get up there. And now he's by someone else coming on strong, Keith Martin. These two Logan Sport cars running essentially at the same paint scheme are looking very quick late. Oh, we've got a big crash. Heard a lot of cars getting wadded up. Oh, that's a big one. Oh, Anthony Elliott's upside down. All three Team Dayspring cars involved, typical of them. Oh, and we have a massive incident here. Nicholas Jewett is on his lid. Mitchell Collins is involved. He is done for the night. So late in the race, too. So what happened? It looks like something happened with Matt Tuck. Oh, he gets hooked by Luca Iger, and around goes Nathan Smith. He's done for the night. It looks like he goes right into the wall. Down into Mitchell Collins, down into Roberto Crown Jr., Caleb Rose, Nicholas Jewett. Oh. And up here, Caleb Rose goes up into the wall. And that's what sets off the second event. Anthony Elliott narrowly skates by, then he thinks he's clear, then he's not, as Caleb Rose comes right down the track, down into Bronson Minnick and Trey Smith, and I think that's Gavin Beers. No, that's not Gavin Beers, that's Louise and Kyle piled in there. And where did, I don't think Ash Jacobson was actually involved. I think he just skirted by. Skirted by everything, and up here, maybe? Nope, he took a piece of Jewett. And then it's... Yep, Louise and Kala comes and sends Jewett on his lid. And all three Team Dayspring cars involved in 2 consecutive wrecks. That is a poverty team right there. Nathan Smith is done for the night. Was having a great run, too. Was battling for 16th about. So Luca Iger spun Matt Tuck. That's another poverty driver right there. Trey Smith is likely done for the night as well. Oh, they could probably cut that off. Owen Miles involved. Mitchell Collins is definitely done. You can see him blowing up there in the replay. Caleb Rose, Bronson Minnick. There goes Roberto Crown Jr. onto pit road. And Vail Musco has the cleanest car, mostly because he didn't even start the race. And Arthur Xavier won the race back to the line. Okay. So this is spicing things up. Arthur Xavier now has the race lead over Ember Burnley, who looked very strong in that last restart. Keith Barton also looked to be making moves in that run. Could he come on strong late here? Make a bunch of moves on the restart? Diego Vasquez, who started third, has stayed around the top 10 all day. Currently running 6th. Hasn't had the speed late in this, though. So I think he could be a top 10 contender, especially with Justin James seeming to fall off a lot recently. The lights are not on the pace car. I'm just kind of talking right now. This is tense. Especially if you are Arthur Xavier. As you know Burnley's fast. But how fast will she be? You don't know. You were able to get by her. That could be a fluke. This is... You gotta be, like, having your hearts pounding if you're one of these drivers right now. Mainly Burnley or Xavier. I think it's going to come down to these two. The 09 and the 17. Who knows, maybe Ryan Cogs comes out of nowhere and shoots by to win. As we are now out of turn 4. Pace car, hopefully we'll get the one to go sign this time. Now, let's actually go see how many cars were retired from that. So I'm just gonna read them off in full. Joshua, we do have one to go. Joshua Henderson, Lana Smith Jr., Gavin Beers, Mitchell Collins, Anthony Elliott, Nathan Smith. A tough night for Nathan. He's third in points coming into this. And Roberto Crown Jr., Luis Ancala, and Bronson Minnick. Team Dayspring is the biggest poverty team I've ever seen. As here comes Dewey. Somehow, after going up and over, that is a collapsed roof if I've ever seen one. This man is an absolute Chad, though. Okay, well, I guess it's not really caved in, but this man is an absolute Chad. He goes up and over and is still racing. What an absolute... This guy is my hero now. But Arthur Xavier leading him back to green this time. Well, for the first time in like what feels like the entire race, Justin James is not going to lead him back to green. And if I'm a betting man, I'd say we're having at least one more caution by the end of this race. As now, green flag is back out here at the FireFox 600. Xavier gets a tremendous getaway. Oh, contact. Bailey Pendergast nearly goes for a ride. Sound like someone else maybe did. Oh, they're wrecked on the restart. We are back under caution. Team Dayspring. Get them off the track, my God. We didn't even make it a lap. We didn't even make it a full quarter until these absolute buffoons crashed. I've never seen a team more poverty than Team Dayspring. My God. Owen Miles looks like he caused it. Just blocks Issip hard into the wall. Around goes. What an absolute joke of a team and driver, especially for Issip. Issip is the worst driver in the Mac Motorsports stable. Part of why the team is absolutely going downhill and not returning next season. Just, oh my God, absolute poverty drivers right here. I'm gonna have another shot to line him up and knock him down for Arthur Xavier. Lap 49. One to go sign was not given. I'm just gonna skip forward. I want to get this race done now. I'm just happy we're finally getting it recorded. Okay, so Owen Miles is retired, and that's about it. Roberto Crown Jr. also retired at some point, but let's go over your top 5. It hasn't really changed. I think Keith Martin's not new in the top 5. And Arthur Xavier, Ember Burnley, Justin James, Ryan Cogs, and Keith Martin. Diego Vasquez once again going to try and his luck at it. Try and crack the top 5. Pace car once again going to pull onto pit road. And there he goes. And Arthur Xavier doesn't have Nicholas Dewey here to help hold people up. So let's see how it goes this time as we're back racing here in the FireFox 600 for hopefully the final restart. Oh, and he's got rear bumper damage. Xavier has rear bumper damage. I don't know how, but he does. He gets out to a tremendous lead. Ember Burnley, though, catching him down the backstretch. Imagine Arthur Xavier, a non-patriotic car, wins the patriotic race. This isn't even a special scheme, it's his typical scheme. Keith Martin doesn't look to be coming on strong late. Ember Burnley trying to catch Xavier. Will she be able to do it? Right now, it doesn't look like it. Xavier isn't even on the top 10 fastest laps. They had this car set up the way they wanted, and it paid off. They are leading in one of the biggest races of the season. Right now, they're probably praying for a caution to probably make the race end right now. As Ryan Cogg's trying to get by the dominant car, Justin James. Oh, he's there. Will this be contact? It will. No, Cogs got loose. Xavier just kind of cruising right now, just trying different lines, showing that he is so much faster. And Justin James, here he comes, trying to get by Burnley. And he's gonna shoot right by. And Justin James by for second. How long is it gonna stay? Burnley's gonna try a crossover into turn 1. And only time will tell if it's gonna work. And I think it is. It will. Not for long. James back on the inside, trying to get by. And this is all just letting Arthur Xavier cruise away to a victory. This team has not really been the stars of the show this season. Has the 44 obviously DNF'd. And it's going to be some big point shakeups, that's for sure. But Xavier sits 12th in points. This is definitely going to help him advance his points position. Justin James by for second. Oh, here comes Burnley. Big run on the inside. Coming to 2 to go. Popsicle 6 in the air. Keith Martin, I don't think he's going to get that first win. He could get a second place or maybe a third if he plays his cards right. As he's right on the back of Ryan Cogs. But up front, Arthur Xavier. He came on very strong once his teammate DNF'd. And now he's out of turn 4, coming to the white flag. And white flag is out. Arthur Xavier rolling through 1 for the final time. Right now, battle is for second. Oh my god, get back to Xavier. He's down the backstretch. And through 3 and 4. For the final time. He's at a great end of the race. And Arthur Xavier is going to win at Charlotte. Arthur Xavier ran a fantastic end to that race, and it's going to pay off as he wins at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the FireFox 600 victory. Now let's go over your final results. Nearly won by a second, and he only had like 8 laps to do it. So just fantastic driving by him. Then we get Justin James in second, Ember Burnley in third. Keith Martin did manage to get up to fourth. But fourth doesn't pay the bills when you're trying to get into the All-Star race, which Arthur Xavier has now done. And then Ryan Cogs in fifth, Diego Vasquez in sixth. I think that's where he finished in his first race, too. Michael Seaman in seventh, Ethan Farley in eighth, John McFadden in ninth, Ryan Benjamin in 10th, Miles Edgeworth in 8th, Derek Hamill in 12th, Matt Tuck in 13th, about where he started, Nelson Reeves in 14th, Bailey Pendergast in 15th, Brady Just in 16th. Actually won the first race I did, but it didn't record. Stopped recording, and we lost it. Then Logan Williams in 17th. Lucas Holmes in 18th. Ash Jacobson, surprisingly, in 19th. Luca Iger in 20th. Roy Ribbleton in 21st. Renan Issip in 22nd. Trey Smith in 23rd. Caleb Rose in 24th. And then, my favorite moment of the race, Nicholas Jewett, continuing even after flipping in 25th. 3 laps down, but that doesn't matter. He still finished the race. After flipping. So that man is my hero. Then we get Owen Miles in 26th, Bronson Minnick in 27th, Luis Ancala 28th, Roberto Crown Jr. 29th, Nathan Smith 30th. Big points hit for him after sitting 3rd. And the driver in front of him also DNF'd. Owen Miles. They were only separated by 4 points. Miles is going to maintain that 4-point gap. Maybe extend it a bit, too. But Anthony Elliott, 31st, continuing his absolutely atrocious season. Mitchell Collins in 32nd. Gavin Beers in 33rd. Landon Smith Jr. in 34th. And your first retiree, Joshua Henderson in 35th. And someone didn't hear Vail Moscos. He kind of did not start the race. He worked his way up to 29th in point standings. After, having missed the Daytona 500. So, he's missed another Crown Jewel race. Guess NR doesn't want him to start these things. And, thank you all for watching. Point standings, probably sure to be some big shakeups. Maybe not. I don't remember where Michael Sema finished. Depending on where he finished, that's kind of the big sign up. No big point shakeups. He finished 7th. Maybe in the everything behind him, but once again, thank you for watching, and bye.